Low. Go. Yeah.
They was to do 5-6 rounds. Why you wanna do 5-6 if you knock him before? If was the fight was over. The fight was over. The more you do is just extras. Michael home today.
Come and get me, Mike. Come on. There we go. That's it right there. Perfect. That's one. Good one. Nice.
Go.
Come and get me, Mike.
Let's go.
There we go. That's round yet.
Yes.
That's round yet. Let's go. Come on, Mike. There we go. Using those legs.
As the fight of the year approaches, Mike Tyson is closing out the final days of his training camp with sharp focus and relentless intensity. He's fully locked in as he prepares for his showdown against Jake Paul. The energy inside Tyson's camp has been electric, with his team sticking to a demanding training routine that blends raw power, explosive speed, and refined technique, the same qualities that once made Tyson known as the baddest man on the planet.
Right, better to the body.
You right, coach?
Mike, well, maybe need 10 seconds. Put 10 seconds.
At 58 years old, Tyson's preparation has been a mix of classic boxing fundamentals and modern conditioning methods designed to preserve his stamina, strength, and explosive power. His training sessions feature punishing strength and conditioning work, long sparring rounds, and fast-paced pad drills to keep his hands sharp. According to his trainers, Tyson's intensity hasn't faded at all, and the discipline he's showing in these final stages highlights just how seriously he's taking this fight.
He wants to be there. He wants to one more time entertain people. He's a fighter, but he likes to entertain people. It is what he fights for. He fights for all those people he can see in the street. The people come to him and say, "You are the people's champ." So this is really motivating him to be in the gym from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day.
Physically, Tyson has shifted to a program built around high-intensity interval training and mobility work to keep his body in peak condition. His endurance has been sharpened through cardio drills and circuit training designed to prepare him for the fast, high-tempo action expected in the ring. Despite being the oldest fighter in the matchup, Tyson has shown impressive adaptability, drawing on methods from his prime while integrating modern adjustments to suit his age.
I expect the biggest fight of the history. Why? Because we talk about Mike Tyson. We talk about Netflix, live on Netflix, something that I never had before. Things like that you just can do with a name like Mike Tyson.
Aware that Paul is almost 30 years younger, Tyson and his team have been carefully crafting their game plan. Much of Tyson's attention has gone into refining his trademark techniques, devastating body punches, and fast head combinations that once made him one of the most intimidating fighters in boxing. At the same time, his camp has placed strong emphasis on defensive training, preparing him to counter Paul's longer reach and youthful movement. Sources close to the camp say Tyson has been sharpening his counterpunching, anticipating that Paul will press forward aggressively. The strategy is built around taking advantage of Jake's tendency to overcommit, creating openings where Tyson's power can do real damage. Sparring sessions have been structured around timing and footwork, key elements for neutralizing Paul's reach advantage. The goal is to deliver a vintage Tyson showing explosive bursts of energy, controlled pressure, and calculated attacks designed to slowly break down his younger opponent.
Excellent, Mike. Excellent, Mike. Well, you break him. Unpredictable. Exactly, Mike. Beautiful roll, Mike. Excellent. Excellent.
For longtime boxing fans and casual viewers alike, this fight feels like a one-of-a-kind spectacle. It brings together a legendary heavyweight known for terrifying power and a modern star who made the jump from internet fame to the boxing ring, a storyline that sounds almost unreal. Social media has been buzzing nonstop with training footage, promo photos, and fan debates over whether Jake Paul's youth and reach can stand up to Tyson's experience and sheer strength. A recent interview with Stephen A. Smith offered a deeper look into Tyson's mindset and preparation, and his message was anything but subtle. At 58, Tyson is training with a drive that mirrors his prime years, determined to show he's still a dangerous force. He revealed that he's been sparring 8 rounds, multiple times a week, pushing himself to stay sharp and powerful. "I feel in great condition," Tyson said, making it clear he doesn't believe age is holding him back. He added that he feels ready for whatever the fight brings. When Smith pressed him on whether he planned to go easy on the 27-year-old Paul or aim for a decisive finish, Tyson's response was cold and direct: "I think I'm going to hurt him." Those words quickly spread across sports media, igniting even more anticipation and debate about how intense Tyson will be once the bell rings. Tyson has been refining his skills under Brazilian coach Rafael Cordeiro with a strong focus on endurance and power. His routine, by his own admission, isn't much different from his peak year's daily sessions that combine sparring, strength, work, conditioning, and strategy. It's all about the basics, Tyson explained, emphasizing the importance of giving everything in each workout. Despite his confidence, Tyson understands Paul could choose a cautious approach, relying on movement to avoid heavy shots. Speaking with Mike Tyson of Fox for Dallas-Fort Worth, Tyson brushed off that possibility, suggesting he's ready to adjust and cut off the ring if needed. Recent training footage seems to back that up, including a clip showing Tyson landing a brutal punch on a sparring partner, forcing Cordeiro to stop the session. For many fans, it was proof that Tyson is fully committed and far from complacent. As fight night draws closer, speculation is growing, not just about the result, but about what could come next for Tyson. Some fans are already dreaming of future matchups against old rivals like Evander Holyfield or Lennox Lewis. For now, though, Tyson's focus is locked on November 15th. His goal is simple: prove that the ferocious knockout power that defined his legacy is still very real. During a recent New York appearance, the crowd made their loyalty clear. Tyson was greeted like a conquering hero, with thunderous cheers following his every move. Paul, on the other hand, was met with loud boos. He fired back at the crowd, telling them to quiet down, and even mocking the city, comparing it to Tyson by saying both were once great but had lost their edge, adding a few more verbal shots for good measure. The contrast only added more fuel to an already explosive buildup.
Hey, New York! Shut the fuck up, New York! Hey, boo yourselves! Boo yourselves, New York! Hey, New York! New York! New York! You're just like Mike Tyson! You were good 20 years ago! You, New York! Fuck you! Dumbass Democratic City!
At the press conference, Paul appeared noticeably tense. Earlier that night, he had made an extreme claim about finishing Tyson in the ring, though he also admitted he still respects and admires him. Despite that, Paul made it clear that any sense of friendship was over. He declared that on November 15th he plans to knock Tyson out and prove himself the winner, repeatedly calling Tyson old and saying he intended to teach him a harsh lesson. Tyson, meanwhile, calmly confirmed that he's ready to compete. He shared that he briefly paused training on his doctor's advice, but has since returned to full preparation. While acknowledging a short setback due to illness, Tyson assured fans that he has fully recovered and is in good health, confident and composed. He emphasized that the fight is officially on and said he plans to let his actions in the ring do all the talking. A well-known UFC figure recently disclosed the massive payday Mike Tyson is expected to earn for his bout against Jake Paul. The fight was originally scheduled for July 20th at a TNT Stadium in Arlington, Texas, but was unexpectedly postponed in June. Soon after, Reports pointed to a new date, November 15th, with Netflix confirmed to stream the event live. Nikisa Bidarian, co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, explained that the team worked closely with everyone involved to lock in a new date that allows both fighters equal preparation time while keeping the event at AT&T Stadium during the NFL season. He also praised the cooperation of Netflix in the venue, calling Paul vs. Tyson a truly cross-generational sporting moment and promising fans worldwide an unforgettable night of boxing on November 5th. At a recent event, Paul took aim at Tyson by making pointed remarks about New York City, Tyson's hometown. He appeared energized by the spotlight, feeding off the loud boos from the crowd and confidently predicting that he would shock the world once the two finally meet in the ring. Tyson, by contrast, remained composed, calmly answering questions from ESPN analyst Ryan Clark, who moderated the press conference. During their face-off, Tyson even lightly nudged Paul in a playful moment that briefly cut through the tension. When asked why he accepted a fight against someone nearly 30 years younger, Tyson replied simply that he could do it and questioned who else could make such a matchup happen. He framed the bout as a unique spectacle, pitting a YouTuber turned boxer against one of the most iconic fighters in history. The matchup has sparked intense debate among fans. Many question whether it makes sense for Tyson, whose age and reflexes are often scrutinized, to face a much younger opponent. Those concerns have grown due to recent health-related issues Tyson has faced, including a difficult flight incident and an ulcer flare-up. Still, others see things differently. Tim Bradley Jr., now 40, believes Tyson still has what it takes to win, suggesting that shorter rounds could allow Tyson to showcase his explosive power. He argued that Tyson's experience and ability to cut off the ring could overwhelm Paul, despite Paul's youth and solid record. Even so, there's an underlying worry among fans about the possibility of Tyson suffering a knockout loss. Once dominant, the former champion is no longer in his prime and has dealt with physical challenges such as sciatica, hip surgery, and the demands of maintaining endurance at a professional level. UFC star Michael Chandler echoed similar concerns, noting that while everyone would love to see Tyson land a decisive punch, no one wants to see a boxing legend seriously hurt. Chandler pointed to Paul's past wins over fighters like Nate Diaz and Ben Askren, raising the question of whether Tyson could face a similar outcome. Amid all the discussion, attention has also turned to the people who shaped Tyson's early career. Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas played a major role in Tyson's development during his teenage years. Despite their shared history, Atlas has surprised some by naming Wilfred Benitez, not Tyson as, the most gifted fighter he's ever worked with, citing Benitez's rare talent and accomplishments. Still, Tyson's legacy as one of the defining heavyweights of his era remains unquestioned. The real curiosity now centers on how Tyson will perform in this return to the ring. With the fight set for November 15th, both fighters are scheduled to meet again at an upcoming press conference. Tyson recently said he's feeling strong and looking forward to the challenge, confidently stating that he plans to defeat Paul when they finally square off at AT&T Stadium. Paul, meanwhile, sees the fight as the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. While he's made it clear he respects Tyson's legacy, he insists he won't hold back. He's described the matchup as a dream come true for himself and a nightmare for Tyson. After nearly 2 decades away from professional competition, Tyson's comeback reflects a mix of personal growth and unfinished business, while Paul's approach appears fueled by confidence and excitement. At the most recent press conference, the contrast between the two was unmistakable. Tyson was met with roaring applause, soaking in the admiration of the crowd. Paul, adopting a more confrontational tone, snapped back at hecklers and showed flashes of irritation, a rare crack in his usual bravado. Tyson, staying true to his calm demeanor, ignored the provocation and left fans with a simple message. When they meet in the ring this November, he plans to teach his opponent a hard-earned lesson through his performance.
I've been training for a while, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I'm just asking when you get into camp.
I'm okay to fight.
But when you get into camp, like when
I'm in camp right now.
Very good, thank you.
I'm in camp right now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Soon as I catch this guy, because he's going to be running around, but as soon as I catch this guy, it's going to be totally over.
The nickname, the baddest man on the planet, still carries the weight of Tyson's last professional bout in 2005, and his presence at Fanatics Fest in New York City proved that his legend is still very much alive. As he entered the event in Manhattan, just across the river from his native Brooklyn, Tyson's arrival sent waves of excitement through the crowd, a reminder of the lasting impact he continues to have on the sport. Even at 58, Tyson remains a magnetic figure, commanding attention the moment he steps into a room. His entrance in New York drew a massive crowd, yet when it came to promoting the fight, he chose to let Paul take the spotlight. Tyson declined multiple chances to launch personal attacks, instead offering brief and restrained responses that avoided getting drawn into trash talk. When he finally addressed Paul directly, Tyson delivered a blunt warning. The fight will be brutal and relentless. He made it clear he intends to end the bout decisively, telling Paul he needs to be in top shape because his health may depend on it.
Be in shape, be in good shape, because your health depends on it.
The baddest man on the planet still carries the weight of Tyson's final professional fight in 2005, and his appearance at Fanatics Fest in New York City proved that his legend is still very much alive. As he entered the event in Manhattan just across the river from his native Brooklyn, Tyson's arrival sent a wave of excitement through the crowd, a clear reminder of the lasting influence he continues to hold in the sport. Even at 58, Tyson remains a magnetic presence, drawing attention the moment he steps into a room. His entrance in New York attracted a huge crowd, yet when it came to promoting the fight, he chose to let Paul take center stage. Tyson passed up multiple opportunities to engage in trash talk, instead offering brief and measured responses that kept him out of the verbal sparring. When he finally addressed Paul directly, Tyson delivered a straightforward warning. The fight will be intense and unrelenting. He made it clear that he intends to end the bout decisively, insisting Paul must be in peak condition because his well-being may depend on it.
Listen, if Mike Tyson hits anybody, don't care if he's 90, he's going to knock him out cold, isn't he? It's I am Mike Tyson. Obviously, I have to back Mike Tyson. I'm named after the legend, and I back him. As he always backs me. I'm backing Mike for the knockout. Come on, Mike!
The boxing community remains split over the upcoming fight, with many people expressing concern for Tyson's safety. Despite the controversy, Paul remains determined to face the 58-year-old. After defeating Mike Perry, Paul said, "I'm tough as nails. I'm sorry it took so long." Respect to Mike Perry. He's the king of violence. He's the BKFC champion. I hit too hard. He took a lot of damage, and that's a win for me. I expected that, but I did put him down in the first round. He just survived. Mike Tyson, you're next. Big boy, sign the contract. Paul spoke with deep respect for Tyson, calling him one of the biggest names in boxing and placing him among legends like Muhammad Ali. He said it was an incredible privilege to have the opportunity to face Tyson and made it clear he intends to take the title. In an interview with FightHub TV, former undisputed heavyweight champion Wladimir Klitschko shared his thoughts on the highly anticipated matchup. Klitschko called the fight exceptional, highlighting the contrast between Tyson, a seasoned boxing legend, and Paul, a younger YouTuber who is rapidly making a name for himself in the sport. He said the bout could be a major source of inspiration, not just for Tyson, but for fighters from his own era, and expressed excitement to see how the matchup unfolds.
Mike Tyson at 58 years old. What do you think of this fight?
Well, that's also outstanding, as this fight in Riyadh, Mike Tyson at his age is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well. So it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age.
Yeah.
It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching, so to speak. Hopefully, I look forward to that match as well.
Whispers have circulated suggesting that Tyson's age could be a major obstacle to continuing his career, but Klitschko addressed this idea directly. He argued that age is largely a mental barrier, something we place on ourselves. According to him, the real key to overcoming any challenge lies in mastering the mind. Klitschko encouraged people to stop viewing age as a genuine limitation and instead treat it as a mindset issue, pushing forward with determination regardless of the years behind them.
How do you think that fight goes? A lot is being made that, Mike Tyson might be too old for Jake Paul. Obviously, like you mentioned, Jake Paul's coming from a YouTube background. Do you think he's too old? Do you think Mike will still get the knockout?
You can only be too old in your mind.
Yeah.
If you control your mind, you control everything in your life.
Wow, that's great advice. And just final one from me. Like you said, Mike Tyson still fighting might be a little bit of a lesson to you as well. Is there any potential of a comeback in with a lot of people coming back?
Well, there is no comeback in sport.
Yeah.
I've been asked about Last Dance.
Anthony Taylor, who previously fought Jake Paul, is now preparing for a highly anticipated matchup with the legendary Mike Tyson. However, as concerns about Tyson's health continue to grow, Taylor has urged the boxing icon to reconsider stepping into the ring, echoing the cautious decision KSI made when he prioritized his own safety and withdrew from his fight. Taylor warned that Tyson could be putting himself at serious risk, saying, "Mike Tyson is a lamb to the slaughter. He should follow KSI and save himself a concussion against Jake Paul." He went on to emphasize that having worked with Paul behind the scenes, he knows just how dangerous Paul can be and believes Tyson is facing a serious threat. Despite these warnings, a new training video has surfaced showing Tyson pushing himself hard in preparation for the upcoming fight, suggesting he remains committed to competing. At 58 years old, Mike Tyson still possesses remarkable speed, and his hand speed is said to surpass that of many of today's top champions, like Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, and Terrence Crawford. The secret behind this enduring agility lies in a combination of factors. Tyson's foundation was built on intense training from a young age, which developed not only raw power but also fast twitch, muscle fibers, and lightning-quick reflexes. His workouts have always emphasized explosive movements, precise footwork, and rapid combinations, all of which help maintain his quickness even as he ages. Additionally, Tyson has continued to focus on mobility, conditioning, and specialized drills that keep his hands sharp and his body responsive. Perhaps most importantly, his mental focus and experience allow him to anticipate and react faster than many younger fighters, proving that speed is not just physical but also a product of timing, instincts, and confidence in the ring. INT15, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen.